My name is Craig Kelly, and I live at 6 St. Gerard Terrace. It's a small two-family in North Cambridge, and I live here with my wife, and we have a 20-year-old son who's at college and an 18-year-old son who will be graduating Ring in Latin and probably heading to college in September. And we have two sort of young, middle-aged, older teenaged cats. And we have a tenant downstairs. I'm a city councilor here in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and before that, I was an environmental compliance specialist for the Army Reserves. For me, feeling connected would I think be knowing who people are, where they live, and how to get in touch with them if I need to. It's not so much having more friends to go drink beer with or having someone other than my children to go to the movies with, although that would be enjoyable. But it's not like I sit around wanting to drink more beer with more people. There's enough of that in my life already. But it would be nice to know if we had an issue with our house or someone had an issue with their home, it would be easy to make a phone call. So that sort of connectedness, knowing who they are and how to get in touch with them, even for silly things like reminding people of street cleaning, or if you're doing some sort of work on your house and you need to get parking lots moved. Or my wife was making waffles and I had taken the baking powder with me. She had everything but the baking powder on a Sunday night, so she had to go knock on doors to get baking powder because she had one person to email and no one's phone number, I don't think. And so she knocked on the 4 doors that she felt comfortable knocking on late at night. And that's the sort of thing, if you've got 12 or 15 phone numbers, you just call people. And it's much more convenient and it's more comfortable and it allows people to give and take. So that's I think, the way I would feel more connected. I want to be able to call someone. I don't necessarily, and they don't necessarily, want to have long email chain conversations with me. But if I need baking soda, or if they're concerned that my cat's killing the birds that are at their bird feeder or whatever, I'd want them to be able to get in touch with me simply with a phone call, rather than having to walk around the block, knock on whichever door they think is mine, and then have an awkward conversation in my porch. Knowing what people feel comfortable offering and what people feel comfortable asking for, I think, is an important part of understanding what I would be willing to offer my neighbor. So for some people I know better, it's, if we had a car, it'd be, hey, go ahead and use a car. And we do use our neighbors' cars periodically. But I think, again, taking care of animals or maybe watering plants while someone is on vacation, knowing that you've got 6 people that you can call right in your immediate neighborhood, your literal adjacent neighbors. You got 6 people that you can call or email and say, hey, can you take care of this or can you take care of that, rather than having to scrounge through all of your contacts within 5 miles. It's kind of like a big favor bank, but it's very local. I think I'm willing to pretty much share all of my contact information with my neighbors. I would like them to be able to call me or email me. I don't spend much time on Facebook, so that's pretty pointless. But I would like them to be able to walk down the street, look down the driveway and say, Craig and Hope live, and Robbie and Cooper and their 2 cats live in that house, and if I need to get a hold of them, here's how I can do it. So the time and effort I'd be willing to put into getting to know my neighbors, I think, depends on what it is that we're doing. So, honestly, I wish there was a great bicycle mechanic that lived in the neighborhood, like, right out in the corner from me. And then I'd probably be willing to spend lots of time getting connected with him or her, because I need someone to help me fix my bicycles. But if you count things like taking care of someone's cats, like this one, or bringing in packages, I would say a couple hours a week that I'd be willing to, and not just willing, but happy, assuming that I was around, to water someone's plants or take care of their pets, or help them with some 2-person chore that they need someone to help put the ladder up or whatever it might be. And I think once I got in the habit of that, it'd be like, this is fun time. And again, I guess if the ask is, can you do this? and everyone's comfortable with no as an answer because you're out of town or you're scared of ladders or whatever, then I think that's good. You can't just knock on someone's door and say, hey, I'm Craig from behind your backyard fence. Do you want to be resilient with me? So finding that thing to connect with people about, whether it's the gardening or the house cleaning or the bicycling or simply just bringing in the packages, I think would help define how much time I would put into being connected. But with the right thing, I think there's no limit to how much time, because it'd be fun and it'd be worthwhile and I'd get to know my neighbors better.